Alright, bye.
Hi, you are currently being recorded.
You're always being recorded. There's never a time you're not being recorded. What's up? You got another little gym date? Just kidding. I'm by myself today, which is fine. 5 o'clock somewhere. Alright, let's talk about it on the drive because so everybody does nowadays. So I'm just gonna copy everybody else. I'm gonna copy everybody else and be one of the many who does the things everybody does. Anyways, as I was saying, not my favorite day per se, but probably my best day. What I mean by that is just my most advanced muscle groups. For those of you who do not know what my strengths are, it's probably my chest, my triceps, my shoulders, these real meaty pushing muscles, because I tend to have a short torso and a little bit longer wingspan of arms than my height, which for those of you who are curious, I'm 5'7", I weigh about $151, so not too big of a guy. Whatever. Anyways, yeah, so we're gonna be hitting a little push day. My push days are extremely straightforward, nothing too crazy. We're essentially just gonna be starting off with some sort of incline movement, followed by a seated chest press. I don't know how else you would do a chest press, but whatever. Followed by a chest press, followed by some shoulder work, followed by obviously our tricep work. My shoulder work is pretty straightforward nowadays. I just spam lateral raises until I feel like my arms are gonna fall off, and then when my arms fall off, I spam them again for another like 30 minutes or 3 sets. And then when we move on from shoulders, we're gonna do a little bit of some triceps. And seriously, your triceps don't need much as long as you're going super intense, because most movements will hit all the heads of the tricep pretty well. You don't necessarily there's been a lot of cops out lately. Actually, I probably shouldn't show you guys because it has this city right there. But yeah, so essentially what we're gonna do is we're gonna get in there. We're probably gonna do like a Smith incline, followed by some chest press, followed by a little bit of shoulders, followed by maybe a fly of some sort for the chest. There's a real nice machine that I can set up in here that I'm pretty excited about, which I didn't have back at school. And we're gonna finish off with some tricep pushdowns and single arm tricep pushdowns, and we're gonna call it a day. We're gonna have fun. I'm gonna kill it, and it's gonna be awesome. I'll see you guys in a bit.
And we meet again. Today's our little push day, which I don't know. I said it wasn't really my favorite, but unfortunately it is one of my best. I started here with a little bit of an incline Smith machine. I've really been enjoying this movement. It's been really killer. This is my second to last set. You notice me go pretty intense here, but I tend to leave a little bit in the tank for my all-out sets. I had one before this, now I have one after this, and those are my 2 top sets essentially. I go ahead and I sit down here on the chest press this time around instead of some sort of dumbbell movement, just because my shoulder was feeling a tiny bit off, and so I was hoping for a little bit more stability to say. This is, I believe, my second to last set as well. On here I'll throw in another 10, maybe a 5, or maybe even 25, depending on what my goal reps are for the day, as they can change. Some days I feel really good going really heavy, and then other days I just want that super tight squeeze, which, you know, feels super nice as well. My bread and butter, this one's kind of funny, because you'll notice me push the bar a little bit in front of myself and out, and I've kind of noticed that this pathing is a little better for myself than just normal straight down pathing, and I'm not necessarily sure why, but I know some biomechanical experts will tell me why in the comments. And another set, because Apparently I love showing you guys triceps more than I do my heavy compound movements. Maybe because there's such a genetic strong point, but I don't know, it seems funny to me. And again, I show you my triceps. But this time around, we're doing just good old single arm push downs. I find these extremely effective once I'm done with my regular barred push downs, I guess you could say. And it's because I get to concentrate a lot more on the muscle. I take these really big, just breaths in, and I mentally prep myself before every single rep to just give it my all. I do these a lot more grind-like than I do my actual push downs, and that's for multiple reasons. I just feel these a little better, so I'm more comfortable pushing myself a little harder. I also know my limits pretty well, as this is a key indicator movement for me, as some would say. It's a movement which I've done for a very long time and I've become very accustomed to, and I know which weights should move. So when they don't move, it's sometimes an area of concern. Here's a little bit of that shoulder pump, arm pump. You can see a tiny bit of that tricep wanting to show through from the back, which is rather surprising even to me. And again, here's my, I'm assuming my last set of these tricep pushdowns, which I will take heavy and I will take to absolute failure. I have a lot of flexion in my arm, and that's something which I've had conversations about in the past with some of my closer friends, simply because we kind of talk about these things a little more in depth, and my conclusion is it just feels more comfortable for myself. I am trying to do some stricter pushdowns here, but you see I just kind of give up because I don't like them as much. I like that tiny bit of flexion and movement, and I'm not really sure why. But yeah, here I am setting up a shoulder fly, and here's the camera magically walking back because I realized I was just a little too close that time around. Yeah, here are my shoulder flies. Here you can see that chest popping out a little more than I kind of realized it would. And from this angle, my arms look super meaty. But if you take a look back there, you'll notice it's not that much weight, even though I'm wincing and groaning like if it's a million freaking pounds. But again, and I love saying this, it's not about how light you can make heavyweight feel. It's about how heavy you can make lightweight feel. And these sets, yeah, these sets really prove that. I'm moving maybe 15 pounds per arm on some cables, but I have full tension the entire time. Every movement up is a movement which I really have to calibrate with my body because I'm pushing, and I'm pushing rather hard. Also, this angle is kind of nice to look at because it kind of makes the physique look a little impressive. Not to toot my own horn or anything like that. Here's a little bit of the pump. I was just feeling myself, I guess. Here's a little more of a close-up. Yeah, I was feeling myself. And here we go again with our posing. Again, some more classic poses, which I think a lot of you kind of want to see compared to maybe some of these more aesthetic poses, because I do plan on hopping on a stage one day. I'm not sure when. It's gonna be a long journey till then, but you know, I got nothing but time. I'm young. And that's about it for me today. No outro. Don't miss me too much. I'll see you guys later. I'm out.